Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast. All the stuff we didn't get to during the course of the show today as Betty's getting ready for the Aftercast. She hurt herself puzzling. She injured her neck. You have a really good neck massager, but it seems like it's super awkward to get it in place and get it locked in.
It is, but once you do, oof.
Yeah, because it goes on the back of your neck. It has two little things that come over that look like hand stirrups on a saddle, and you kind of pull it down into your neck. It really does work.
Yeah, I don't know. I have had, and I was telling Wally this earlier. It could be my puzzling. It definitely could be my puzzling. But I've had just a general feeling of achiness and maybe a dash of nausea. Mm-hmm. Do you think I should take a COVID test?
Yeah, I mean, it is possible, but you have no other symptoms.
No. I feel like super tired. My head was hurting.
Yeah.
I'm achy.
I mean,
but I don't feel like I did when I had it the first time.
Because COVID was going around here. I had it. I got it. I've got it twice now. It's ridiculous.
But it is odd.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. You don't feel like, but you're tired. But you're tired all the time. That's this job.
That weird?
Are you giving up already? You look like you just gave up.
No, I'm switching it.
Oh, okay.
See, you can put it on both sides. You can.
You just wrapped it around your neck
wait,
too.
I don't want that.
I say stretch it harder. So yeah, like that is a really nice thing, but it definitely is odd. Do you like those seats? Have you ever done like the seats that are massage chairs?
I've never. Well,
like they have them at the airport.
I don't think I've tried one, honestly.
Yeah. I have a friend of mine that she asked me to come over and help her with something in her house. And she had one of those chairs from the airport. She's like, yeah, that was a splurge. And so she spent a bunch of money and got this chair. Well, and she's like, I love it. At the end of the day, I sit in it.
Yeah, because it squeezes your legs.
Yeah, everything.
My dad likes them.
Oh, does your dad have one?
Well, if they ever go to the mall, like Mom likes to go to this certain store that has good deals and stuff. But anyways, he'll sometimes like go and sit in one of them while she's doing that. Yeah.
Like, I don't want anyone touching me. I'll use the chair.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
not going to blame him for that.
Not far from the truth.
Not going to blame him for that at all. I've always thought the massages I think massages are weird in the first place. Like, I've had 3 in my life, I think. And the lady I had one from in Africa hurt me. It's an injury I'm still recovering from.
4'11" frame, 110 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah, but you know what she could lift with her fingers? A Volkswagen. Like, it's crazy, like how strong her grip strength was. She could palm a bowling ball, a 16-pound bowling ball. So she hurt me. But I always hate them, but I love them. I hate going there and I feel weird about it. But man, when someone's like doing your shoulders and stuff, you're like, oh my glory.
Feels so good.
It does. But always in the mall, it feels weird when they have those chairs.
Yeah.
And we've done it a few times. Like we've had massage therapists or chiropractors that listen to the station and they're like, oh, you're doing support drive. We'll come in and do massages for people. And everybody lines up for them. And I just don't.
I don't. Yeah, it just feels weird.
It is, but it does feel good.
But a lot of people love it.
Yeah.
But I'm all down with this machine. It's feeling good.
It's working good for you. Yeah.
Besides the fact that you used it to massage your own behind.
I know.
That was disgusting.
It did work for that. I got to tell you. Your
glutes are feeling good?
My glutes are great. I feel like I could run a marathon. At least my glutes could. So
great.
Think about that on your neck.
Oh.
Sad news. Richard Simmons passed away recently. But the good news is they
Come on, ladies.
I know he was an icon, man. But they found out that his death was not due to toxicology or medicines and things like that in his system. The only things he had, like no abuse, no substance abuse. Only thing he had in there was medicine he was supposed to have. But it is weird, though. They said it was complications from a recent fall and heart disease. Of anyone, this guy's a workout guy. Like, it had to have been heredity. Or did he do something younger? Because I think he used to be obese and he lost all the weight. Did he damage his heart when he was younger?
Surely not. But do you remember that one guy that was on Biggest Loser, I think? And he was an instructor. And remember, he was like on a treadmill.
Oh, Bob Harper.
And he had a heart attack.
Yes.
And he was in good shape.
Yeah, he was.
Ate well and all that stuff. But they did find out that one was hereditary. It was something he was born with.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not worth the risk of being active
So you're just going to live your life.
I don't want to become a statistic.
Live your life.
Yeah. I don't want to be there one day and then like working out. How horrible is that? To be running on a treadmill to save your life and and it almost kills you.
Oh, no.
Like at that point, I'm like, you know what? If I'm Bob Harper, I'm like, I'm
Sit
off.
on the couch.
I'm off the wagon. I'm gonna eat everything I've ever wanted to eat, and I've told everyone not to eat. I'm gonna eat it all.
Instead, I think he got surgery and
yeah, that's another way to go.
back on it.
Yeah, that's another way to go.
Back on the treadmill.
Not what I would do, but another way to go. But I mean, he still looks good, so that's great. You do hear of like people that are in good shape having problems like that, and most times it's like a heredity thing that they didn't know. Or remember the football player that got hit in the chest,
Oh, yeah.
DeMarcus? I don't remember. I can't remember his
Yeah,
name.
I don't remember.
But yeah, got hit in the chest and like almost died, had a cardiac arrest on the
And
field.
then LeBron James or Michael Jordan, one of them's son collapsed while he was playing.
Oh, that was
basketball.
Bronny. Yeah, that was LeBron James's son. Yeah, collapsed in high school playing. Those are always scary things. We had kids in high school that like just were fine one day at football practice or whatever, and then collapsed and died. You're like, what just happened there?
Oh, it even happened back in your day?
Yeah. Not as prevalent because everyone's a snowflake today. But
As I sit here with my massage.
yeah, exactly. So Richard Simmons is alive and kicking.
No, he's not. He's dead.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
God.
I didn't even know what I was saying there.
On to the next thing.
Yeah, the pumpkin spice latte at Starbucks is back. If you were a big pumpkin spice person, it's back. Now, Lady Rock went to Dunkin' today for us. She made the Dunkin' run. I had the Beast, which is their original blend iced coffee with 6 caramel, 6 liquid cane sugar, and 6 cream and cold foam. They only did 4 liquid cane sugar today, and maybe she just made an executive call, the lady working there, going, well, I don't want to see this guy die.
Maybe she's a lifesaver. Maybe she's an amateur first responder.
Yeah, maybe so.
In her own way.
She's like, did you not see the thing about Richard Simmons? And so I'm going to take 2 of those pumps out. And it was still good. So I'm like, okay, that was really good. But you had a coffee that was what?
It was a small decaf, and I put a little bit of cream, a little bit of cane sugar, but I added butter pecan.
It was disgusting. You didn't even drink it.
No, a little bit goes a long way, but I wanted to try it, and I figure if you're paying, I'll try it.
Sure, of course not. Yeah, like my drink was like right at $5, like $4.89 or whatever, and our bill came to $13 something. Betty Rock was responsible for $8. Yeah, I know. You're expensive, man. Like I didn't take you to Raise.
But I will say too that your coffee is practically white.
It's so good.
It's not even coffee anymore, and the one that I got, it still had some brown coloring to it, like a coffee would.
Our boss came in, and Betty's like, hey, Jeffrey, why don't you try this? And he's like, okay. So he tried it, and I'm like, okay. And he was like, I'll drink it. I'm like, try mine. And he tried mine and loved it.
No, he didn't. He was like, ugh.
Yeah, he did not like mine. It was too sweet for him.
Yeah.
But, you know.
And it is. It's too sweet for anyone.
No, it's awesome. But anyway, pumpkin spice is back. I guess they went back earlier than they usually do. But pumpkin spice, we talked about this the other day on the show. It's not the number one thing in the fall anymore. Cinnamon and apple stuff is. And so you might be putting all your eggs in the pumpkin spice basket, and it's not going to come up. But I do need to get some pumpkin spice bagels. Those are really good. They have a little sweetness to them, which you don't expect, and they don't really taste like pumpkin or spice. I don't even know what pumpkin spice is.
It's just a hint. It's like it's not. I think it's just
I don't think
nutmeg.
there's any pumpkin in it. Yeah, there's no pumpkin in it.
No, I think it's just nutmeg and a bunch of like spices, but they call it pumpkin spice.
So if you are a big Starbucks fan and you like the pumpkin spice time of year, it's back already. We're not even into where it's cool yet. It's still hot as blazes.
Well, it was nice for a little bit. We had it felt like fall, and then all of a sudden it changed.
Yeah. Lady Rock, what do you got today?
I have a list that somebody put together of the top dad rock for Gen X and
so
boomers.
Good. I love it. Okay, so I'm Gen X. I'm curious about boomers, though.
So I looked at the boomers list, and my dad would fit in the boomers list.
Yeah, okay.
I guess would he be considered a boomer?
Yeah.
He's about to turn 70.
I'm on the cusp of Gen X, and I'm 56.
You fit the Gen X perfectly according to this list.
Oh, absolutely. I'm 100% Gen X. If I have to lean, I lean boomer.
Right.
But we all do. Anyone that has a work ethic and anybody that's not a snowflake, you lean boomer 100%.
Anyway.
If you want to show up and get the job done, you lean boomer.
Okay, so what made the list for the boomers, the old folks? These bands made the list. The Beatles.
Well, that checks out because, like,
had you
a guy that helps us out with the show, Tommy, he's a boomer, and
he's a
he
huge Beatles fan,
loves the Beatles. Yeah, so that one checks out for him.
Another
for
one
sure.
that made the list were the Eagles.
Oh, yes.
This is more of their slow tune jam.
Yeah.
They got some good stuff. My dad loves them.
Yeah, the Eagles were so interesting, man. Like, they didn't like each other for so many years.
And do you remember what they said? They were like, it'll be a cold day and you know where when we get back together. And then they did get back together and they called the tour.
Yeah, Hell Freezes Over
Hell
tour.
Freezes
Yeah,
Over,
I thought that was funny.
Another one that my dad loves, I love, Led Zeppelin.
You were just born in the wrong decade, 100%.
Oh, for sure.
And the pair of pants that you have, the bell bottoms, that are the widest thing I've ever seen in my life in the hips. And no, I'm kidding. In the legs, they are so wide. But like, you rock them, but you look like you could have been in the 70s.
Thank you. And then finally, the Rolling Stones.
Oh, yeah. Well, all those check out. Now, this is dad rock, basically, category, right? Okay.
Yeah, so it was
curious,
rock that used to be cool, but now it's considered dad rock.
And I think they also call dad rock yacht rock, I think is the other name for it, you know, kind of like guys that now are in their 50s plus and can afford things, you know,
Right.
and it's the music you
And I
listen
think
to if
that
you're young.
if you're probably going into millennial rock, that would probably be like Linkin Park or Three Doors Down, Matchbox 20.
Yeah, oh, I loved Matchbox 20. I used to know them before they were big. Like, they were a band out of Orlando, and they used to be called Tabitha's Secret. And they were great then. Like, we did stuff with them as a radio station that I worked at because they were like the best local band. And then to see them, well, it really blew up because the record company signed Rob Thomas and didn't sign like the whole band. They wanted to change out the guitar players with two new guys. And so, yeah, it was a big scandal down there. So they got rid of those two guys, brought in people themselves that they thought would be better in the band. And I'm trying to think of the name that other band, they reformed and what was it? Oh, I can't remember, but their album was called Don't Play With Matches, their first album.
Nice.
I thought it was really good, really petty. But yeah, Rob Thomas was amazing.
Well, the dad rock for the Gen X. This is Wally, and I would say he is down for all four of these options. Top one, Aerosmith.
Oh, okay. Okay. Aerosmith is a band that reinvented themselves for years and stayed around way longer. They recently just canceled their tour. They're done because Steven Tyler's voice is jacked up. But you could easily put them into the boomer rock from their first part of their career. Sweet Emotion and all that. They were contemporaries with Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones. But this stuff,
But they got better known in the 80s than they did the 70s.
Because they reinvented themselves and they didn't just ride on their old stuff. They actually created new things that were good. Journey, creating new music now, is
You're all
the
about
worst.
Journey.
No, they're the worst. Like, they should just, ride the coattails of the past. They can't write a good song now to save their lives.
Bless
Neither can Bon Jovi.
Another band that made the dad rock list for Gen X was AC/DC.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's one for sure that shows up on my dad rock list.
Then Van Halen.
Oh! I've started listening to Eddie's son, Wolfgang, because Eddie Van Halen passed away, and his son has a band called... I know, thank you. His son has a band called Mammoth...
Already it's losing.
No,
Mammoth?
WV, I think. Wolfgang Van Halen. WVH. It's Mammoth WVH. And so it's his son, Wolfgang. And it's not exactly like his dad's stuff, but it's good. Like, that kid he played every instrument. So, and he sang. He has this really high, like, good voice, and the kid's just great. But how could you not be? You grow up at 10 learning to play Eddie's Eruption, like,
Right.
it's pretty impressive.
Right. And then finally, Guns N' Roses.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. This is dad rock for sure.
Right. We were, there's a prep service website that we go to every morning, and there was just yesterday an article came up about this new documentary that's set to come out on Paramount.
Yes.
And it's about 80s hair metal.
I know. And I was so mad that it was Paramount, and then Betty's like, you can just get it for like a month and binge it. I'm like,
yeah, just cancel it.
But see, here's what they do, though. I'm curious if this is what will happen with this. I got to look at it. Now, because everybody used to do that, they'd take it for 1 month, they'd watch everything they wanted to watch and then cancel it. Mm-hmm. But now they all got smart, because for the while, like, binging was the thing to do. But now they're like, oh no, then we don't get as much money. So now they do it once a week. So now if you've got 8 episodes, you've got 8 weeks, or one a week. 8 weeks, you get 2 months that they get their money instead of one.
But you only live once, and if it's something that you enjoy, why not?
Yeah, I was kind of a student of 80s music. I tend to know a decent amount.
And they showed
about
this
that.
old lady, and she's sitting there with her son. It's like got these cut off sleeve shirt and long hair, and she's like saying something about rock music and how she thinks it's wrong, and her son's over there rolling his eyes.
Yeah.
And I was like, that looks like Wally. That looks like something he'd do.
Except
his mom was too busy bedazzling his jacket for his
My mom
band.
did. She made costumes. She was the best. No, like, it is funny because there are songs that I hear today as an adult, and I go, oh, wow, okay, I get why my dad was like, you should not be listening to that. That's not what you need in your brain, you know? Mm-hmm. And because at the time, you're a kid, you're like, oh, you don't understand. This is my generation, Dad. Yeah. But then you listen to it and you're like, oh, good Lord. Mm-hmm. Like Nickelback.
Mm-hmm.
If you took,
that's dad rock.
If you took Nickelback's greatest hits album, you would be hard pressed to find 2 songs on there that are okay to listen to. Probably Hero, and there's one other one that was like from
Photograph?
A soundtrack.
Look
Maybe.
at this photograph.
Yeah, you'd have to listen to it lyrically.
Every time I do it makes me laugh.
Like the hooks and stuff usually aren't bad, but if you listen to the lyrics of stuff, oh my glory. Like they have some rough stuff. But one of Betty Rock's favorite bands.
No, it's not.
I do think of you, though, every time if I'm driving home and like Linkin Park comes on. Because Betty Rock loves some Linkin Park.
I mean, I will scream and headbang with the best
You
of
actually do. And sometimes we have that before support drive, a little behind the scenes here. We'll play that or Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. Yeah. It's like a pump-up song.
Like angsty.
And she
But
goes.
I found a new angsty song that we're going to start playing now before support drive. Creed's What If.
Oh, I know. We played that on the show today a little bit for
it's so good.
Snap Judgment. Oh my gosh. That is one. And I took a picture of the lyrics because normally when you Google lyrics, you see all the lyrics. It's a verse, the chorus, pre-chorus. This one is just a long line of what if.
What if?
So good though.
Yeah. Good stuff. Do you have any birthdays?
I do, and these are all from yesterday because we had Katie Miller in yesterday, so we're just now getting to them.
Sorry about that.
Claire, she said, hi, guys. It's Claire from back in the day.
Yeah, Claire.
Hi, Claire. We remember you. Christine, she wants to wish Christine a happy birthday. Said, Christine is my daughter, and she is turning 8 today.
That's crazy.
That is insane.
She has an 8-year-old now.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Said she is funny, loves to read, and is an amazing little sister.
Oh, I remember when my daughter was 8. Oh,
good age.
Oh, it was so good. She was so cute. She loved being here. Like she was the little belle of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Betty used to hang out with her. I know. Yeah. You were. She loves you. Still loves you.
Took her to the Grand Ole Opry to see one of her favorites, Trace Adkins.
Yeah. Good times.
Good times. Audrey wants to wish her mom Regina a happy birthday, saying she's the best mom in the world. And then Courtney wants to wish the best dad ever, Bob, a happy birthday, saying he's amazing. I started feeding a few feral cats in his neighborhood, and he leaned in and built them an outdoor cat house and feeds them for me every morning, all because it makes me happy.
See,
that's so sweet. Bob, come on.
I got like a nice note from my daughter, just about appreciating what I am as a father to her, and it just melts your heart. Like it's like, oh my gosh, that's all you have to do. And again, and I will buy you anything. Like just do that. That's the secret, ladies. If you got a dad, just be nice to him. Tell him he's great. You appreciate him. It opens up a whole new world of shopping to you.
We've got a question from Claire. She said, Christine, her 8-year-old daughter, has an imaginary friend named Cozy Kwan and a favorite stuffy named Lammy. And her question is, either of you have a favorite friend or stuffy from childhood? How long did you keep them or imagine them?
I don't know that I ever had an imaginary friend. If I did, I've forgotten.
Because the imaginary friend didn't even like Wally.
Yeah, it's like, I got an imaginary friend. I can't even get one of those. It's horrible. No, I did, but I did have like a little stuffed animal. It was this little stuffed elephant. And I loved that thing as a kid. And I think it's in a box in my house now somewhere. I think my mom had sent it to me years ago. But you seem like a girl that would have a rabbit.
A rabbit? No, I had 2 real rabbits.
Oh, that's right. Okay, see, there it is.
Buttons and Jelly Bean. No, I have a blanket that I still keep with me. That my mom, I don't think it was one of those where it's my blankie that I'm carrying around with me. I never did that. But I do have and we've talked about this before. I have a problem with seeing inanimate objects and giving them personalities or giving them human characteristics. And I felt that way I went to Kroger, a grocery store around here. My mom needed something, so I ran up there, grabbed it for her, and on my way to check out, I came across, it was around Christmas time, there were these mooses, or how do you, plural for moose?
Mice? No. I don't. I think mooses is right. What else?
Anyway, there was a shelf of them, and for some reason, it just caught my eye, and I felt so bad for this one that was sitting all by itself. So I grabbed it.
Of course.
Yeah. And his name was Cecil.
Oh, I remember Cecil.
Yeah, Cecil. And Cecil the moose.
Yeah.
And I still have him. He's on my bed.
I know you have him. I remember Cecil. We've moved him a couple times to a couple different places.
Yeah, so Cecil is still with me, and I've had him since I was, I think, 21.
Yeah.
So it's been a while.
I think maybe one of the meanest things I did to my daughter was when she was a little older, probably like just graduating high school, she had so many stuffed animals. And we're like, honey, you can't take them to college with you. You're going to need to get rid of these and let some other child enjoy them. And so she went through them painstakingly, picking ones that she wanted to keep. And then she was on the fence on others. But like you, she was struggling with the personalities that she had given to all these childhood things. And so then I'm like, okay, we'll put them in this box. And as she's putting them in the box, I'm like, no.
So mean. So mean.
She started
that
crying.
Would mess with you.
Yeah, I know. She started crying. And I'm like, I'm sorry, honey.
You know, she would probably love, I need to look it up. There's a company that they were taking stuffed animals that had been loved on by kids, and they were putting them in new packaging. And then you go out and you can buy another one.
Oh,
like buy it and give it a second life.
Oh,
and it was so sweet. And they're all different kinds.
There's this lady that on like Instagram that will paint they call them loveys. So that little animal that you loved, she does these paintings of them. And they are spot on, beautiful, like art.
Aww.
It's so good. And Marty wants one of Haley's Mickey that she's had since she was little. And she wants him all ratty and old now, not new.
Aww.
And she wants one. Yeah, it's right. $1,500 for that painting.
No.
Yes. And she's like 8 months out, like to get one.
You should do it yourself.
Yeah, right.
Be like, listen.
I would. Yeah, honey, look, I saved money. I saved $1,500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
it is.
gosh.
But the lady, the artwork is so good. Because I was thinking she wanted to get it like for Haley. And she's like, oh, no, I want it for me to remind me of Haley, and stuff. But she's like, I can't. We can't do that. I'm like, you're right. We can't do that, you crazy lady. But
you tell her that, but you're going to do it.
I know. Anniversary. No, I'm just kidding.
No, he's not kidding.
No, I am kidding. That would have to be next year.
Okay, sure.
I got to negotiate with her.
Sure.
And see if she's got a smaller one. Could you do it like on a stamp? Like, what would that cost me? Stamp
Can you make
size.
it a sticker?
Yes. All right. I think that's going to have to do it for our Aftercast today. We got to go pack Bibles, everybody but Betty, because Betty scheduled a meeting to get her out of packing Bibles.
For
some reason.
Not on purpose.
It was every bit on purpose. Don't lie to potties. You can lie to everybody else in this building.
I didn't have
Do
it
not
in
lie
mind,
to
but
potties.
then Wally was like, oh, you should schedule it during the Bible mailing so you don't have to do it.
Yeah, because I was like, we've all discussed it. Like all the people that do the Bible mailing all the time, they're like, she just kind of brings us down. It's like, just don't even encourage her. Yeah, she's like, don't even encourage her to be there.
I don't feel like fighting with you today.
Okay, well, that's good. Me either. All right, that's going to do it for your Aftercast. Thanks for being a potty. Betty's love of crime shows has me concerned because I think that she's not learning how to protect herself, but rather how to set me up for a crime.
Oh, I for sure am.
It's a Gone Girl situation is what I'm thinking.
I'm glad I've got you right where I want you.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. You know, you need someone in your life that will set you up for success, not failure.
Yeah, and that's exactly how I felt with CCU. I mean, I felt intimidated considering going back to school as an adult after being out for so long, but I was set up for success with CCU from my first conversation all the way to graduation. Most classes are only 5 weeks long, which means you can earn your degree and still have time to do whatever you want.
Yeah, 5-week classes, that's even good for people with like ADHD. Like for
Like
me,
you.
I know I needed short classes so I could focus when I went back to school because Betty Rock and I kind of lived the same life.
Find out more about how you can pursue your passion and find your calling with Colorado Christian University at online.ccu.edu. Colorado Christian University is a nonprofit impact partner.